always be a story. But the time and chance I'm to every man still, you know. So don't waste your time and waste your chance. Scourge up. Don't know. They not see you when you are struggle. When you make it, they want to take your glory. Not because me no show them my scars. They feel say me don't have a story. Never see you when you are struggle. When you make it, they want to take your glory. Not because me no show them my scars. They feel say me don't have a story. I have a story, and I gonna tell it. I want to be famous like Louis Bennett. A story. No people not go like it. The cards in a wrap up in a pretty plastic. A story. I didn't get any sponsor. Never turn to crime because that is not the answer. A story. We put me in a bad mood when me youth them a cry. Say they want food. They must see you when you are struggle. When you make it, they want take your glory. Not because me no show them my scars. They feel say me don't have a story. Never see you when you are struggle.
Greetings again, guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is a new day, a new dawn, blessings and honor. Please stay tuned. I am going to share my opinion on writing a book and how costly it can be, and I will read one of my very own poems for you. I'll see you on the other side.
Never set up any plan. A story that every man can relate to. For you have ambition, people are going to hate you. A story, no need cut neither edit. It's like a virus, so people are going to spread it. A story, me just tell you how me feel. For you have health and strength, put your shoulder to the wheel. They must see you when you are struggle. When you make it, they want to take your glory. That because me no show them my scars.
Here we are again. Thank you for tuning in. Well, I am going to tell you a little bit more about my story. Guys, we all have a story. It depends on us whether we want to tell our stories or not. We all have a book inside of us. All of us. We all have a book inside of us, and we can tell our story. So, as you know, this is my second publication, as we mentioned in my previous video. And the first one, my first publication cost me an arm and a leg because I was new to the whole publishing thing. I didn't know what I was getting into. I used about maybe about 4 people to get that book out. And it cost me so much money. I don't know if I'll ever make back that money. But I just want to tell you today, don't let that put you off from writing. The other thing about writing is motivation. Sometimes you get the motivation and sometimes you lost it. No fault of yours. With what's going on today and the stresses of life and you have your family and you have to be doing things to benefit your life. Writing is not something that you just get on and you just write a book in a day or write a book in a month. Writing a book can take ages, because I remember when I went to college in 2010, I went to upgrade my skill as a therapist and a beautician. I am a beautician, nail technician, and a cosmetologist. So I do hair, nails, and beauty and massage. So when I went to upgrade my skill, the teacher asks us to write a metaphor. So I wrote mine and I had it saved to my computer. So years after finishing college, I end up see that metaphor that I wrote. And while I was reading through it, I said, wow, this is a good idea. I could start a book. So I found up one of my cousins in London and I said to her, Luanda, you know, I am going to write a book. And she was saying to me, like she was saying, you know, writing a book is a big thing, especially if you don't have any experience or idea where to start or how to do it. So she said to me, why don't you write like a Kindle version, like people can read it online. So it would be like a small book. And I said to her, I want to write about therapy. No, I didn't want to write about therapy. I want to write something along the line of the metaphor that I've written in college. But my cousin said to me, why don't you write something on therapy? Just a nice little small book where, you know, people can read it, download it and read it online. And I thought of the idea and I said, it's a good idea. And I started the book. That's my first publication. I started it. That's about 6 years ago. I started it. And while I was putting it together, that metaphor that I've written years before keep coming back to me. And I said, it's like a spirit was saying to me, you need to write on that you wrote in college. So I picked that book up and I started doing that one, and the inspiration was so immense. It was coming so steadily. I'm not lack of inspiration, because first thing, I do a lot of walking. So in my walking, inspiration just came. So what I have to do going out, I have to make sure I've got a notepad and a pen in my possession at all times. So inspiration is not a problem, but motivation, sometimes it's so hard to be motivated, especially with what's going on. And if you've got family and stresses and life and everything that goes with life, you know, you can lose motivation. But I pardon, and I've been writing that book over, I would say, 6 years now. And the book is not finished. It's still there somewhere. You know what I mean? So that's how writing comes. Don't pressure yourself. Don't force yourself. When you get the feeling to do it, you do it. When you don't get the feeling, just leave it and put it aside, because that's what happened. And then now I started that one. I've got about 20-something thousand words in that book. It's filled with goodness, I tell you. I can't even explain to tell you anything about it, because it's not ready yet to publish. So I leave that one and I went back to the therapy book. And when I went back to the therapy book, it took me again another probably 2 years, because I've been writing the therapy book from about 2017. I've been writing my therapy book. And you know, when I lose the inspiration, I put it aside, I forget it. Sometimes I can't even find the USB stick. It's saved on my hard drive, but sometimes I can't even find the USB stick, because sometimes I travel with the USB stick, that if I need to put anything on it straight away. So finally, 2018, I said, no, I have to do something, because I would want to see my writing in a book. So that's when I decided to learn more about it and get somebody to help me to do that book. And the book cost me so much. Right now, that first book I published, it cost me so much money that sometimes, I tell you, I feel so bad. But anyway, what's in the making for that one? I'm going to edit it and do a second version in it. So so that would be edition 1, and I'm going to do 2, second edition, and put more things in there because so many things happened since 2019 in therapy. So that's what I need to do. So this poetry book, now I started this poetry book maybe around about, I would say 2019, late 2018, 2019. When I met that guy on Facebook, and we were just, I wouldn't say freelancing, chatting and having fun and all of that. And yeah, so that was my biggest inspiration now, because when I get so much fun from doing that. So that was one of my biggest inspiration, and I said I need to put it in a book. But during the time of writing this poetry book, I've been putting it aside, and sometimes I can't be bothered to take it up. Sometimes when I think in my head that, oh, I've got to, I kind of push the thought straight away out of my mind. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. You know what I mean? So that was kind of how it went. But the one thing for sure, when I decide to pick that book up, whichever one I'm doing now, when I decide to pick it up, I can't put it away. When I decide to put it, it's so sweet to get into it. When you're in it, I don't want to sleep at nights, because late at night is when my inspiration came most. So sometimes 12 o'clock, when I said, okay, I'm going to bed 1 o'clock. But when it comes to 1 o'clock, that's the time when the inspiration coming in. So that's the time I need to be up and writing. So I've been going to bed 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Because once the inspiration keep coming and you quench it or put it aside, you lost that inspiration. Some nights I'm lying down and the thing is just going over in my head, more inspiration coming, and I have to like get up and jot it down, because if you don't jot it down, you lose it. Whatever comes to mind, now to put in the book. If you don't put it in there, you lose it. So you have to keep writing it down. So that's what happened. 2020 now. 2020, 2021, I said, no, this cannot go on like this. I need to see my poetry in a book. You know what I mean? I was reading like 1 and 2 on Facebook sometimes, but nobody take notice really. But I said, you know what, I'm going to put this in the book. So I decided to do it in 2021. Basically probably about 5-6 weeks, and I just finish it up. And even when I started it now, I think like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't, you know, that negative mind coming, don't do it. And I said, no, I'm pushing it out. I said, I don't know if it's ready. But I said, I'm pushing it out, and that's what I did. And now I finally got the finished version. So in this poetry book, my brother, my younger brother, Richard Minot, has 3 poems in there. He was so good. I asked him to write one on our mom, which he did. He wrote one on his dad, and he wrote one about COVID. And the guys, they're just so amazing. I really enjoy reading them. So he's part of my book also. So tonight I am going to read, because it's so much poems, I can't even plant them in my brain to know them by heart, you know what I mean? So I am going to 132. I am going to read this one. Let me see. Okay, I am going to read this one for you, and it's titled, Why Fear? So I said, fear is deadly. It's easy to fear what you do not know or cannot comprehend. You do not have all the answers, so trust the process of life. Trust your journey. Trust God. You cannot control everything. It is not for you to do so. Yeah? So I said, fear is a weapon and also an illusion. 2019 they call the year of confusion. We are fed up with the distortion from the politicians. What a situation, lots of accusation. Why won't they clean up the organization? 2020, no need for plenty. All hell broke loose, flapping your wings like a goose. Corona stepped in the play, thereafter turned into a pandemic. The fear of the pandemic more deadly than the virus. This must be a curse. Watch it a burst. Lock down the world and put it in a shock. Few people I know died from heart attack. Are they taking the mick? No, they are all sick, making us tick. Hurry, use the mouse to make a click, and be mindful of the chick. Corona sweeps the nations, all around the world in every station. Unexpected turbulence, steady, maintain your balance. Father God, have mercy. Help, drink some ginger, lime, and Cerasi. Clean out the blood and get the system ready to fight for the right to live that you may be able to give. Do not entertain this beast. Do not send it to the north, south, west, or east. Send it to hell to be punished, please. Government said Corona won, still on the loose, and I make believe it is the done. Make big plan to bring in vaccine. Excuse me, I need a latrine. Love me black self, it full of melanin. What a thing. Why fear? Dissolve the illusion. Eliminate fear. Trample it. Step on it. Then kick it to the curb. Do you think this is absurd? Do not live the fright. Send it on a wayward flight. I can see your plight. Way out of sight. Wait, there comes the light. It is so bright. Seriously, why fear? The light will cover you, guide you and protect you. So fear not, fret not, share always, care always, free up love and enjoy your life. So that's one of my poems I have just read for you guys. I just want to say at this moment, I thank you for watching. Please, as per usual, like my video. Please share it to your friend. And don't forget to give me a subscribe and press the notification bell. This is where I'm going to leave you right now. Have a blessed day, whatever you do. Evening where you are, if it's night where you are. May the blessings of God overflow in your life. As you give, may the multiverse give back to you double portion. Blessings and honor, infinite love and light, step in oneness to one and all. Thank you for watching.